I mean, I enjoy the pressure. If I play any game and there's no pressure, it feels very boring, and feel like I'm just not calming as good, peaking as good. Just everything just feels worse. I like it when there's at least something on the line. Um, some of these games, I definitely could feel, like this game was important, but like the next game will be more important.
Hey guys, it's Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied once again by Asuna of 100 Thieves, who are coming off of a 2-1 series loss to Loud at the end of the regular season. And so, Asuna, thank you so much once again for another interview. Of course, unfortunate that it kind of ended the way it did for this regular season so far. Just want to ask you about the obligatory, how are you feeling? How are you taking this in?
Oh, I'm feeling good. Not too worried or anything. Yeah.
Of course, there was plenty of interest regarding about how you guys were going to approach this match because, of course, it's against Loud, already eliminated, while you guys already have a place secured in playoffs. So that said, I just want to ask about what was the preparation like ahead of this week and ahead of today.
I mean, they're changing their comms a lot, so there wasn't really much. I think we just went in trying to work on our own stuff, and yeah.
Given what you said about the comps, what was uh, your thoughts on just facing off against Loud and just kind of the challenges they presented to you guys, especially after map 1 and into map 2 and 3. What was the biggest difficulties we get within that facet?
Um, we were just trying to play a certain way and it didn't work. We were just trying to not limit us, but we were just practicing certain like theories on how we should work on Bind and Lotus. Didn't work out. And yeah, we'll just do better next time. Not like I said, not too worried because this game didn't have a lot of stake to it. We're already in playoffs, and the point won't really matter in the grand scheme of things, unless like I think if Sen loses, then maybe the point will matter. But even then, it's like yeah. I think if Sen loses though, then it would be we're playing them, so that game would probably matter the most. Either way, the point, like if you go through all like theories, it didn't really matter. So we were just focusing on our own game and just trying to practice, just stuff. Running the same setup and whatnot.
What kind of theories were you guys testing, as you said?
I just can't say that.
Okay. Uh, I understand that. Just still want to cover a little bit of it. The series, of a set, basically domination. In a way, I was kind of pulling for that 13-0. I don't think that happened in VCT in this region this year. I'm gonna have to double check that. But still, for you guys to play well, what went right for you guys in that first map?
I mean, yeah, like I said, we just had one thing and we just did it over and over. It wasn't really anything special. We were just working on a setup, and the setup kept working, so we just kept doing it. So, I mean, yeah, defense ascent felt really good. We did a lot of good rotations and stuff like that, and then yeah.
Given what you said about just the team's approach and just sort of testing yourselves ahead of playoffs, what are some of the biggest takeaways that you saw out of today, out of this match, be it good or bad, from your point of view?
Good. I mean, we have a good ascent, I guess. Yeah. Bad. Like our energy level, stuff like that, which I mean is fine. We'll pick it back up for playoffs. We're all we're all just kind of I don't hard to explain really the state of the team, but we're good for playoffs, and yeah, we'll see how it goes then, and then it'll be clear. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. The game is pretty much a blur for me. Like we were talking about it after we lost, and I don't really like even remember any rounds. Like we were talking about like a 1v2, and I was like, or a 2v1 that we lost on Bind, and I was like, what? I don't even remember losing any. So you can think of that as however you want.
I mean, in a way, how I see it is kind of just something you just have to just take care of, and then you're done with it, right? Yes, I was kind of like the feeling right for you, right? Just kind of just getting done with this season and just move on or already to playoffs, right?
No, I wouldn't say so. We just want to make sure we're ready for playoffs. not show too much, and overall, win the whole thing, or at least make top 3. Because we want to qualify through our own means rather than through points. But it's nice to have the points as a backup if things go awry. Either way, though, yeah, we're really confident, and things should work out.
Yeah, and as a result of this series, you guys finished with the 6th seed in the league standings, 5-5 overall record. Uh, all things considered, the fact that you guys were able to get to playoffs, continuing the season for at least a few more weeks, or I think one more week, I believe. Pretty well at the very minimum. But still, you just want to ask you now that the regular season is wrapped up. How do you kind of look back on just how the team performed in stage 2? Given the various times I've been able to talk to you so far throughout the season, even up until now.
Yeah, I mean, we've been performing good in high pressure games. It's mainly just low pressure games that we just play a little bit, I guess, less good, less energy, the usual. But as long as we put in our 100%, we usually win. I guess the only game was the Lev game, but they're just good. And even then, we had a lot of things that were just wrong on how we were playing the game, just in general. So it didn't even matter how much effort we put in, unless we won the bind game, the first map. Because Haven, we got outclassed. But either way, yeah, it just feels like we, yeah, when we put in 100%, we win. If we don't, we lose. So just simple stuff like that. And looking back to last year, we just have one more win this year, and we're in a totally different I guess look for everyone else. But yeah, we're really confident against any team like C9 Crew, EG, Sen and Liv are definitely really good. So hoping that those 2 teams make it through, because we can make it through champ points. But yeah, and yeah, I think we're very confident against those 3, and then those 2, they're good. They're good teams.
As of now, of course, yeah. That will never go away. I was about to just ask about that. What you said, confidence level. As of now, as the attention now goes from regular season to playoffs, you basically are I would say, a pretty tough position of just staying alive, and just if you lose, and probably might be the end of the season right there. Do you feel that pressure? Now that you just basically wait for your next opponent, if it is G2 or Sentinels, do you feel that pressure mounting for you in particular, and also for the rest of the team?
No, not at all. I don't think there's really. I mean, I enjoy the pressure. If I play any game and there's no pressure, it feels very boring, and feel like I'm just not calming as good, peaking as good. Everything just feels worse. I like it when there's at least something on the line. Some of these games, I definitely could feel, like this game was important, but the next game will be more important. So you got to be ready for that game, and we only have 2 days, so might as well just prepare for that and be as ready for the single elimination game, physically, mentally, spiritually.
And I gotta ask you, but just about your impressions of your potential opponents, because according to the schedule, if I don't want to butcher or get anything wrong, but as I said, you're taking on the loser of the G2 Sentinels match, which is happening right now at the time of the recording. And then after that, should you guys win, or hopefully if you guys win, you then take on, of course, the winner of that same tie. So it's just sort of what's your impression on those 2 teams?
I mean, we're very confident against G2. I think we're 8-1 in maps against them, and yeah, I think Sentinels, though, we've been practicing against them a lot, so we understand how they play. So it should also be really good. We've practiced against them probably the most out of any team in this week, probably 10 times, which is kind of unheard of. But yeah, I think we're very confident against both teams, especially with the reps that we got against Sentinels and G2. But we have a lot of match reps, and we know how they play. Obviously, anything can happen. When you're rematching an opponent, they could get a good look on you. And with a single elimination game, you got to be really quick on adapting. If teams come out with a one map kind of strat and how they play the game, you saw our Ascent, we were really good with how we were playing, and Loud struggled to adapt. So any map can happen like that, and vice versa for us. We struggled to adapt on bind attack, and then and then a Lotus defense on aim. So I mean, it goes both ways. Either way, yeah.
Interesting. You brought up the screaming against Sentinels 10 times. If you allow me to ask more about that, how'd you kind of view just taking them on repeatedly, and how that might give you guys an edge for that encounter, if it happens later on in the future down the line?
I think both of us want us to succeed. Like if we both make it, like I think Sen wants us to do good, and we want them to do good. So I mean, we were like, it was just that kind of outlook on why we were playing each other. I'm pretty sure. Not too sure. I don't book the scrims, so my coach would have a better insight on that.
Yeah, I understand that. And going back a little bit on just to one of my previous questions, just looking back on the team's overall regular season play, just now kind of one direction directed towards yourself. Just sort of how do you kind of look at your form and how you perform within the team and your contribution to the team from the start in kickoff up until now, going through to Masters and then winning stage one and then everything else outside of that.
Just me individually, correct, or everyone?
Just yourself.
Just myself. I mean, I feel like overall I've been pretty consistent on just raise KO. Gecko's pretty hard of an agent just in general to get like good consistent numbers. But yeah, whenever I play KO, it just feels really easy. I don't know if it's. I mean, Matt's on Jet, so it's like it's a lot easier when you have someone going 25-3. But either way, KO feels really good, and then raise wasn't so good in this. Or it felt good on Bind. It was just Lotus. Lotus is very hard map in general. But what's it called? Yeah, our I mean my raise been good. I felt pretty consistent this entire year. And very good vocally and stuff. And yeah, I mean there's not really I don't know. I'll look back at the year when it's like all done and dusted. Than right now, because I mean the year could keep going and I could just have an awful appearance at champs or playoffs, and it's like that's like what I'll remember. But yeah.
Don't just say that. Don't say that you'll have a bad performance, man. You gotta have a good headspace, in order to not have that. But still, just want to ask you just a little bit of just Abyss because I believe it's now gonna go live once playoffs start. So, what are your thoughts on just the Abyss and just whether that will play a factor into just the team's overall map pool in the next game or and everything else after that?
Our next game, we play against Sentinels, so they lose split, which is pretty good for us. They're really good at split. So, or I'm assuming we either play Sen or G2. G2 is good on split. Sen is good on split. I was thinking Sen first. Either way, both of them are good split teams. We were decent on it, hit or miss on the day, I would say. So overall, it's pretty good. Abyss, we've been practicing it for a while now, and we've all been working on it and bringing ideas. So we'll see. Watching other regions like APAC, because they started a little bit earlier, so we got to see how other teams are playing. But overall, I'm excited for the map, and we should be really good at it.
So we're gonna see it tomorrow or next match.
Watch it and find out.
All right, for sure. We're gonna definitely see what's gonna happen for 100 Thieves and yourself, Asuna. And that's it. I'm gonna wrap up the interview right here. Once again, thank you so much for giving me another interview this season. Hopefully, I can see you in person because I'm definitely gonna be there in the studio come playoffs time. So hopefully, I can see you once again over there.
Okay.